For example, you have to catch house, only the critical area. Another is heart patient. Third is school dropout. Fourth is no ration for the family. And fifth is not a central group member. No scholarship. And no drinking water facility at the house. No insurance. No individual household laboratory. No employment. Above 60 years person available. And no electrical connection. Open them with electrical motors, but open channel flow. So these are the critical gaps that from the family, Bharat Viman can have interaction, list out, and each and every critical gap, if after knowing all the available flagship programs and welfare development programs, he can link up with all those programs. So that is a clear role of the Bharat Viman volunteer to play in that case.
Actually, the missing link.
Yes.
The government functionaries are there to cover all the links except this. So this is what we are able to do.
Convergence of all that is to happen.
Convergence, but this is the most critical.
Link, yes. Yeah.
Unless and until
family, we cannot know the whole picture of the family. So he is the only last minute connectivity with that attached household. So he can go at metro.
Actually, when I was watching, the progress of these Bharat Nirman volunteers, what I noticed was they have a very good political future. And most of them have become sarpanchas in the present elections.
So it has been running for quite some time now.
Yes. Political empowerment issue.
It's about 6 months or so.
Yes, 6 months. Yes.
In 6 months, they have been so empowered that they have become.
Unanimously elected, 243 BNP Gram Panchayats unanimously
Fantastic. Fantastic.
This data is collected, and then what does the volunteer do?
He helps.
What he does is he goes to each and every family.
Thank you.
Collects information.
Yes.
And then he disseminates the information of the government programs. Now there is an Indira Awas Yojana, there is a ICDS program, there is a revenue program, there is a PDS program, there is a drinking water facility available. So he guides them to the functionaries, sometimes takes them there, and then enables the convergence between the department and the family. And he is the missing link.
Yes.
Sir, actually, if you take the last point, open well plus ethical borders, there is a free
Very nice, very appreciated.
There is a free power scheme. Open well, actually that area is grey area for groundwater takes. But despite that, the farmer, because he does not aware of the electricity consumption, how much it is consumed, and how much what is being evaporated, how much water is getting infiltrated into the soil layer. So, 100 units operated at source point, but the time it reaches the actual field point, they are using 50 units of the water. So there is a scheme called conveyance pipes from the Department of Agriculture with 90% subsidy. Actually, the farm is not aware of that subsidy, 90% subsidy scheme.
Horticulture department.
Yes, but Agriculture department is there, from Agriculture department also there. But Agriculture officer, he cannot reach to each and every family, talk and get the critical gap. So this is the best source who can access the critical gaps and bring to the notice of the life department functionaries. So you can save the time of the family and also time of the government functionaries and bridge the gap very intelligently. That is the idea of the. Actually, we have prepared these PowerPoints and explained to the Bharat Nirman volunteers very clear cut for 3 days, all flagship programs. So then. Classification of BNBs. What are the categories of the BNBs we are having?
They are volunteers.
Volunteers.
They are not paid anything.
I know.
As for as, madam?
I was just wanting to know what is their motivation apart from after that they go and they work. I mean, there must be some kind of a connect that they have with you that keeps them alive.
Yes,
Regular communications, mass training through cell phones, or regular basis. One click and I think 10 seconds it reaches 40.
No, but ultimately, they want political leadership. Ultimately.
With all your prestige status and the
laptops free of cost to our BNBs.
Okay.
And 200 BNBs have become sarpanchas of villages.
Very nice.
Within their own community, many of them now have a special identity. People respect that, honor that, and then from there they open up to positions of power. They can do more.
Very nice.
So,
and that will be informed one. So it would not be misguided, emulating some wrong examples. It would be very.
Once again, the people's trust. That something happens there. Something happens there might in that interaction.
Well, there
This
are-
composition of BNVs is very interesting.
There are
You
different
can see,
categories
you know.
of- Actually, as on date, we are having 42,600 Bharatiyam volunteers. We started with 31 Bharatiyam volunteers from Parrot Village. Once we are given training to this Bharatiyam initially for 4,600 BNBs in the 9 batches, then automatically it's spread. It is not in our control right now.
No.
It is enhanced automatically.
On the-
Madam, after seeing the classification of different BNBs, housewives, self-help group members, college students, unemployed, educated youth, farmers, retired employees, working employees, business people, elected representatives, paid persons, various programs. Madam, the motive with which they are doing voluntary work, it varies from the category to category. For example, housewife. Housewife, she is completely involved with the house course. So, after knowing all these programs and coming to Hyderabad, they are undergoing training and all that, the motive factor may be for some people like the Chitturu Kotala village, actually she is a housewife. Because of training program here, she undergone, she contested for Sarpanch, Gram Panchayat Sarpanch. So after becoming aware of these programs and outside, what is happening outside her own world, she has got motive factor that if I do some kind of volunteer service, I may get chance of correction. Secondly, she has become Gram Panchayat. That is a motive factor for a to do volunteer work. For example, madam, this retired employees, actually we got retired employees as BAPs. What is the motive factor for retired employees to work voluntarily is to keep up their health. I mean, health of the individual.
Health.
Of the individual. So that is the motive factor of the retired employee. And the working employee. Working employee, so we found some motive factor is to get more exposure to different kinds of members, like IAS officers and other politicians, other colleagues, department
Correct.
officers, his own department officers, other department officers, like that. Very motive factor. Like that, madam, these are the functionaries, different classifications.
Do they have to pay for this?
No.
No.
Sir, actually non-negotiable, sir. We will explain the next slide. First non-negotiable is they should not be paid. Why they should not be paid? There is another slide where we can.
No, sir is asking whether they have to pay.
No, they don't.
No.
It's a
It's
free,
a one-day course or?
3 days, right?
3 days. You can see
That's
3 days.
free.
We got funds from the Ministry of Rural Development.
Ah.
From National Land Program, we got funds from Ministry of Rural Development.
So how can somebody from Maharashtra benefit?
So which is what I was actually, he's
Actually,
stolen the words like how NACO and other programs which we have taken and replicated in Maharashtra. This could be one which I would be willing to take. We can take it to the Maharashtra to State Minister and we would want to
Actually,
replicate
they are
this.
coming on their own and enrolling for the training program.
Okay, that
It is there on our website.
Even Maharashtra has.
Even the enrollment form is there on our website.
okay.
So they pick it up from there, enroll themselves, and then a certificate also is given to them, isn't
Yes,
it?
that's right.
Through IGNOU.
Okay.
Identity
card certificate.
And a t-shirt and bag and hat
Oh, very nice.
to identify.
And now they are themselves giving training to the neighboring villages on demand. They go there and train without even knowledge. That is gain its own momentum.
I know.
All India cadre officers after their retirement, they have started talking about BNB's concept in their respective places. This is what is happening.
Fantastic. Fantastic. This
But
is,
in the training program, we are also giving quotes by the respected volunteers. The most difficult quality is loneliness and the feeling of being unloved. This is very serious. Even sometimes happens to us also. So now there is a team of Bharat volunteers, both men and women. So community feels that not political MLA or PDC or sometimes our team members are there. They are there to take care of our.
absolutely.
So that is the feeling with which they are going. That is one of the motive. And madam, sometimes so many people in so many Kuwakia, they have asked us, why they should work voluntarily, free of cost? Then we have given this quotation, anonymous quotation. Volunteers are not paid, not because they are worthless, but because they are priceless. So these kind of quotations also we explain in the intensive training program. Even national colloquials, we did 12 national colloquia. So many, even SARD faculty also put so many questions. But out of experience, we have explained in the form of quotations.
I want to share it for the 18 months MBA program. We have a volunteer management as a full-time course where how an NGO should take the advantage of the volunteers and how they can put it as a part of their entire working.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Madam, actually the mechanism we adopted because academic institutions first time moved to the actually village. from this place to village first time. Then one person cannot do. So we formed formed a core committee. Core committee actually apart from conducting training programs in APARD, core committee should visit invariably every Friday to the pilot village. So entire team of myself and our JD and all team members, we used to go every Friday. Then we thought we collected case studies. We understood the dynamics of it. Actually, in the particular pilot village, there are 4 political parties. Along each political party, families divided. So whenever any government program comes to the village, these political parties actually they are not participating. So implementation is not up to the mark. So goals are not getting clear. So these are the actually issues we have
The continuous presence in the village on a weekly basis is what helps us get it.
But then what is the actual failure of the machinery? Actually it's not deliberate failure, maybe due to lack of time. So actually we went to one household. We found, as per the community perception, she was at the bottomest point of the poverty line. So we went to that village. We asked her, what are the government schemes you got for a period of time? She said immediately, no, I didn't get any benefit from the government. Then Dava house, people are telling that you are the bottomest point of poverty line. So you got the Dava house. Then she told 25,000 rupees they are given. That is Indira Awas Yojana. So, for this particular family, actually, we documented like, for the same person, water identity cards, they have shown 50 years, yes. And for the same person, national card given by the Vasundhara 42 years. Then, MNA new scheme, MNA job card, they are given 39 years. And smart card, again, based on the smart card, they are given 37 years.
Oh my God.
So, the next card will come, they may given 25 years. So, why should we bother about age? Then there is a scheme. There is a scheme card. There is a scheme called Dr. Vaisar. If she or he enrolls on the program, attaining the age of 20 years, she will get monthly pension. To get monthly pension attaining 60 years, what are the number of years she has to pay? If you take the first card, government will be under loss. We have taken actually, there was a community, January actually is 43 years. So if she wants to get benefit out of the scheme, only 17 years sufficient to pay. But if you can say first card, only the government will get loss, last card, individual will get loss. So information is not realistic. There must be some kind of mechanism
Objective.
to get the realistic view of the issues, and they couldn't plan them be pakka.
Are these case studies there online?
Yes.
There is a PPT, there is a film.
Wonderful.
Simple issue. Like this, there are n number of examples in every village. How lot of amount is being invested. So this is the case. Next, there is another case of the same family. How many programs you got from government? She told no. Then we documented sitting 4 hours with the family. Indira Awas Yojana she got, Rajiv Gandhi Gramin Vidyakanda Yojana, to get single bulb for their house, they laid poles and electrical lines down and all that. Lot of investment made by the government. So she got on MG Nayana, 100 days employment she got. And Amapi Bima Yojana, since she is widow, she got 30,000 rupees from DRB, Amapi Bima Yojana, to settlement program. And NRD, National Rural Drinking Water Program, she got drinking water tap. Then PDS, she got ration card. And she is getting below pressure. And Indira Gandhi Padam, she is getting, she got 25 rupees from bank. So despite all these welfare development programs by the state and central government, still she is found at the bottomest point of poverty. Then what is the problem? The problem we found, our team found, this is not proper plan, because the executive authorities are not spending, they are not able to spend time with the family. So then what our group advised, she is having 2 salesmen, they are school droppers. They were going to college. Then they belong to barber community. We advised them to establish one individual barber. Then the establishment, after 1 year, our commissioner group went to the village. Now she is not below poverty line. She is above poverty line. On her own. So this is one observation we are doing.
Wonderful.
Next, this is another case
This is
study.
very interesting.
This is another case study. Actually, the village, lot of diary is there. It is a complete different cultivation. This is the land that belongs to 50 marginal farmers. 50 acres of land belong to 15 farmers. So before 2006, they used to cultivate castor, jowar, and also tomato. to the village, actually series of lorries used to come and pick up loads of tomato. But after 2006, once Mahatma Gandhi Narega program was introduced, the entire land was kept under fan. Why? Because this is completely rainfall area, rainfall is erratic, scanty. Then they found it is a loss for them. They usually have a pair of bullocks, they sold a pair of bullocks and purchased 2 milk cattle in buffaloes. MG Narega, on average for family, 3 members working in the MG Narega, per day 100 rupees. So 300 rupees per day for the family. And for buffalo, they are getting 10 liters milk and each day 20 rupees, 200 plus 300 MG Narega, 500, 6 days, 3000 rupees. From 1 acre land, they are not sure, uncertain, whether they get income or not, even after making investment. So then their coping mechanism immediately switched over to the other mechanism of dairy, plus MG flagship program from the government of India, and also this, their own coping mechanism livelihood opportunity. Together they are happy. Then why you sold pair of products? They are told, if we maintain the pair of products, they only work for 60 days. But there must be one person constantly with those pair of products throughout the year. So they are very lost. So like that they don't, they are very intelligent enough and they sit out. But what will this with that? So our company has advised, let us go for the parent custody actually. They are very low.
Parent custody.
So that land is highly suitable for them, those plantations. So they have done like that. So this is another case I will explain, sir, the free power program, where they are wasting a lot of water, electricity also. So we advise them to go for the agriculture department, get the conveyance pipes of 90%. So this is actually the forest forest area completely deforested. So we took the help of the Bharat was the forest department and the entire area was the forest. And this is the underground sector where the garbage dumped. Then our CW sector, because one of the core members, our Mogli, and Excel certificate. So they subsidized those Bharat and the entire garbage was cleared by the community, engaging JC mission, free of cost from their end, but only due to cost they incurred.
So they are using community resources for betterment of the community without any charge.
That's very nice.
Sir, the idea is, if actually we found one actually some here, just outside.
Yeah.
There is a public drinking tap. Actually, water leakage. We asked why you are not taking this action. Actually, water actually lost. Then they are waiting for RWS department just to come and then once these people are trained here and such like about it, immediately next day they
Repaired.
How nice.
So
It's a small thing, washer to put.
It's not about half an hour. So like this, they have taken up. And then they after seeing the Bigapalli Gamba, the Gangadevapalli of Warangal district, the Sarpanch is coming very dedicated, committed Sarpanch, changes scenario of the village regarding welfare development. So they have seen that documentary film and the Sarpanch formed different committees, health and nutrition, and forest committee, education committee, something like that. So they copied down and they also formed a health and nutrition committee. They invited primary health department doctor and other nurses. They conducted a hemoglobin test for 270 women right from 16 years age to 75. Then they found 250 women
which is
below the normal levels.
across the country. It's the same thing.
Iron folic acid actually the tablets they rejected to consume. But Bhartama, women Bhartama was there. They interviewed and they motivated them.
They motivated.
They enabled everybody.
Below standards and
So this is the other case study actually, flagship program. They are spending 248 families spending altogether almost so 36 lakhs, minus 12. So minus 12, where from they are spending, actually we got information. They have borrowed from microfinance institutions. There are so many loans like Monday Finance, Media Finance, Finance. So all these people, those microfinance, they come to village, you take Monday Finance. So 1 month, first month they took Monday Finance. Next month again they come. They also took 2-year finance, so transfer finance. Then after some time they knocked the doors and left the village. Because they started forcing those people, harassing the people. Then luckily our rural development department issued one GO, scrapping those all microfinance issues. They were saved actually. Then they came back to business. So like that, they found it is actually us. Then they formed a liquor provision committee. The committee had actually who consumed the highest in the village.
First man we met when we entered.
Actually, the person who is consuming more highest liquor quantity they made him as a man. Then he was actually in the APARD we have given training, they promised me that we follow the pathways of the candidate party. The candidate party actually liquor board company is one of the companies they found. So then he was actually trapped in that. One day he went to a place, this man was slowly going on like this. Then I asked him, why are you going like this? Then I promised in the APARD in the presence of the officials and our government people, then I am not able to stand. However, I am going to my young Bharat volunteers. So then I am just trying to avoid that idea. Then he was saying at the time, after 5 months actually. So this is the idea, actually they took, not took from the APARD faculty, they took from their own peer group like Kanidepati. So that influenced much. So like that, the combination of different tools we applied for preparing training program to Bharat awards, depending on the depth of content and the experience knowledge.
That's Sarpanch came.
Yes, Sarpanch. Yes, Kanidepati Sarpanch also came. He, after seeing the film, suddenly our Kanidepati Sarpanch appeared there.
Very nice.
And like that, so different techniques we applied to impart training for Bharat awards. Sir, he is one of the Bharat plants maintaining actually all newspaper.
Yes.
Whatever peripheral development programs appear in the actual newspaper, daily newspapers, he just start writing on the all newspaper. Educate your youth and other people, they come and actually read and spread the message across the villages. This is the way information is getting disseminated.
That fellow became a journalist. No?
Yes, they are actually. He has become actually what the news magazine appointed him as a journalist from Mandal level.
Correspondent.
Correspondent. He got that journalism ideas and all that. Then he was taken by Varta news magazine.
Right now the content is in Telugu, right?
Second and Telugu, sir.
English.
Sir?
Concept there is in English.
English also. Yes.
We can always translate.
Yeah.
That should
There
be a
are
problem.
outlets. English was there.
Yes, sir.
On the website there is one thing on sculpting BNV's several films. are
His
there.
films also available.
On our website.
Telugu, English also.
English is separate. Hindi also I think one is there.
Yes.
I'll introduce you to our villages, where I come from. These are small villages, but I don't know whether they'll be able to come from this place near Mumbai, 70 kilometers 80 kilometers away from Mumbai. So there's a lot of Adivasi population over there, tribal population over
I'm
there.
sorry, Marathi, look, I am Marathi. He's there, I'm there, we'll translate.
Sir, there are 8 films on that Hindi.
Hindi films.
It's a description of that. So this program is being implemented in all the tribal pockets. So we can have a separate film of that.
Sure.
Sir, another idea is actually the basic object of the program is to create awareness among the rural households about various flagship programs. Then, first of all, academy from lab, we must know how many number of programs are there.
Correct.
Actually, we initially thought there must be around 15 or 20. Once our entire team worked for 1 week, we found 255 programs sponsored by government through various departments.
Yes.
Oh, villages.
Okay.
Yes. If
But
you look
there are
at
only 200 for
if you look at rural development department, there are 9 programs.
Yeah.
MD Kanaga, NWP, SDSP, now they are called NRM, and PMGSY, NRDWP, TSC, now they are called NBN, Bharat NSCAT, and IAV, Pura.
Yes.
Then if you come to Panchayat department, these are the number of programs. Recently RGPSC added.
Now one more is added.
One more added. We haven't added program. So like other department, there are a number of programs.
I know.
Organization,
Name it, there is one.
even rural walls, machine. So there are so many programs, but even agriculture department, obviously, he doesn't have not aware of the number of programs.
How do you, so for example, this is a practical experience that I got. I started, like last 1.5 years in India and I started developing my farm. So we applied for subsidy.
Yes.
Then I know agriculture subsidy. Then, one of my, the person who is collaborating with me to develop the farm, he said his relative, if it is 100 rupees subsidy, he takes 30 rupees. Commission. And then he gives you 70 rupees. So we wanted to test the system. So, but we applied for subsidy, till date we are not received.
Yes.
You don't have a Bharat volunteer there.
Sir, like agriculture department, sir, there are a number of things. And also from MLA department, medical health,
Yeah.
women and child development programs, education department programs, sports, youth affairs, And social justice.
Totally 255.
And,
60 or
some department power, there is one program, Rajiv Gandhi Gramin Vijay Yojana, BPM. And water service department, you next information technology and government employment, micro-smart medium enterprises, next consumer affairs, PDS program, and telecommunication. And so last is Swabiman finance part.
Biogas, name it.
Swabiman finance, all the rural households who have not taken bank account, they are already covered. Bankers should come to the doorstep of the bank. That is Swabiman program, sponsored Ministry of Finance.
Very nice.
And RKV, the recent program, last week, Kisi Vikas Yojana from Department.
Correct.
It covers horticulture, agriculture, animal, all those programs. So these are the number of programs. Actually, government issued a GO to constitute state level committee, state level committee, mandal level committee to monitor this program at different levels. And actually, we started one village. Then we selected 82 villages for scaling up. From 82 villages, we got all the Bharat words and we are given a training program. Then we stopped there. Afterwards, DTMs and ETCs are there. They themselves have taken up this program, and then it has gone to the hands of the people. Bharat themselves are acting as scaling up the program for enrollment. And also some of the senior Bharat was also acting as resource persons for the ETC level.
True.
These are the actually, man, here, the right side photo. Finally, we achieved Gram Panchayati, Sarpanch, ward members and Bharat volunteers.
Okay.
So they acted as resource group to those 82
Rest of the train.
villages.
Very nice.
Then at the time we reached me. They spent whole day. Through films and their experience.
Very nice.
Then they were motivated. And Prime Minister of India also gave a message. He has actually appreciated this concept, and he had given one message to all Bharat volunteers. We actually, he has given English. We constantly distribute all the Bharat volunteers.
Very nice. Oh,
APARD to organize national treat. So accordingly, we had organized national treat of BNBs with 1,200 BNBs last year. So it was highly successful. It was very well appreciated. On that occasion, only Prime Minister of India gave a message. This was translated and given to all the BNBs.
So actually, political about recent success. Total GPs anonymous selected in the state 2,561. Out of those, total BNB GPs anonymous selected 257 only with the interest of the team of BNBs. And out of those, total number BNB selected anonymous as surplus 50. And ward members they are getting information out of all.
it will keep on increasing.
And this is the actually hierarchy. This is Sanikupana. In every monthly magazine, Sanikupana, central web page dedicated to the Bharat volunteers volunteer activities. So it goes to all 22,000 Gram Panchayats. So other people they know about the Bharat volunteer activities. So out of this Sanikupana, message is being spread, and other neighboring villages also coming and asking those BNB villages how to get enrolled into the BNBs. So that is one of the media through which the message is being proper. Facebook, we are getting a photograph, documentaries and all that. And bulk SMS also we are getting. These are the bulk SMS that we have documented. And YouTube also we are keeping their experience sharing and all that. Even expert some person what they spoke on the volunteer and all that. We are also getting into.
That is SATCOM.
SATCOM. This is the safe salvation of behavior.
Okay.
So any Bharat want to be interested, they can simply click YouTube and they can view it.
All the village Bharat volunteers are video conference through that studio, and lessons are given to them.
Oh, fantastic.
Full day workshops done through this SATCOM.
Correct.
Concept paper, how to involve in consultation with CNR Center.
How is it? Is there a calendar for the course to be conducted, or if you get some 50 volunteers, then you
There are different ways. One is in the initial stages. In the initial stages, we had planned it. After the chiller experiment, once this was transmitted, everybody started asking. It's on the website. So after that, on demand. In one particular case, there were 3-4 fellows who came for some work in Hyderabad, some employment, very simple looking young kids. At a glance, you would know they would have probably money in their pocket. They tapped our doors, come to the Enadu paper, somewhere they saw this news item about some activity somewhere by DMVs. the explanation was given. So they came with that, found where APARD is. APARD is very far away from the city. From the bus stand, they came here, located us, and reached, I think, Jain or Commissioner, and said, "This is what we are saying, we would like to join as BNB, how do you go?" Thereby started a whole batch of training programs. After that, it was through enrollment. A certain number of people who were enrolled, then we trained them. Now, we don't have to.
And Bharatana workers they made aware of the RTC conductors to remember the address of the APARD. Earlier they used to know where when series of Bharatana were coming from training program, everyone went and every Bharatana will APARD. Where is the RTC conductors? Now actually one BLE told in the 90 batch actually. Sir, conductor was asking conductor, it was that I know APARD. So like that, exactly spread the popularize
And in the initial stage, the local newspaper fellows did not write about the concept, though it was highly successful. Subsequently, they came to know
They have no
this
choice.
concept and they started writing. So there was a complaint from the BNBs that, sir, we are doing a lot of work but it is not written in the newspaper. We said, no, don't bother. They will come to realize and start writing.
Channel started going to the villages, documenting it, and it was transmitted.
Fantastic.
Inadu is great, I think.
Inadu is quite against this concept. But on my event, he gave a big statement in the front page.
Why were they against? Why were they against?
No,
Generally, that's not a priority.
Usual stuff of system.
Journalism also,
They are under the impression, there are several cases of this.
Yes.
There is a lot of hesitance and
Yes.
Don't trust on that. No, they wouldn't
It is the same fellow.
I've got a small presentation in my laptop, which is there in the car. So, have you used LinkedIn, all of you?
LinkedIn, yeah.
LinkedIn, yeah. So it's like
social.
Yeah, but it's it's for LinkedIn is for people wearing ties, right? Or generally speaking, right? And it has got something like 250 million members worldwide. Now in India, coming back to India, we've got about 380 million as per the latest census, 380 million workforce in India. And out of that 380 million, 90% of them are in the unorganized sector. They are completely unrecognized. They are completely disconnected from the internet. So all of this we are seeing, and they will feel that I am a carpenter or I am a plumber.
Somebody will access this.
Yes. So I mean the internet digitization is so rapid right now. Actually, the biggest growth probably in the world is in Indian villages and tier 2, tier 3 towns.
Actually, what I had in mind was,
Yes.
to map out all these
Yes.
professionals, and then the Bharat Nirman volunteer will certify.
That
And
is-
the community will certify.
Yes.
There will not be
How
any
good.
security problems.
Very nice.
There will not be any,
Our
any
taxi drivers in
problems.
Hyderabad.
We would like to work with you. I mean, our project is at a very incipient stage right now, where I'm presenting to some, funding people who might potentially fund us. So next week I'm presenting something. I talked with a software company who are ready to develop this interface for us, and we are trying to.
We will develop.
You can. Oh, that will be
We
fantastic.
have, at a very low cost maybe.
That will be fantastic. See, what we want to do is, online community, which will be actually having a brick and mortar model, and this community will, the interface and the people involved, like in your case, we have got the Bharat Nirman volunteer. Perhaps the way we could marry it is that the Bharat Nirman volunteer, will actually go out, because we figured out that getting the data for one worker will cost about 25 rupees.
In our case, within the village, our volunteers can do the job. They are doing several things.
That's
not in
right.
social work. That is possible.
It'll be free of cost.
Right.
And then this person is available on the
Correct.
Facebook or
Correct.
the YouTube or whatever.
Correct.
He's available in the
Correct.
village, and whoever wants that work to be fixed
Correct.
in their homes,
Correct, yes.
in the village, in the nearby village, in the mandal,
Correct.
he will be like a source
Very nice.
available
Very nice.
for plumbing,
Very
for
nice.
carpentry work,
Yes.
for whatever.
Very nice.
So
It's
this kind of a
it
thing
will
is.
benefit them also, gives them business.
Both ways.
That's right. I mean, see, we wanted to throw this open to people. And as you mentioned, people could, for example, a volunteer could certify that.
Absolutely.
Bharat Nirman volunteer certified. But the other important certification will be people writing there.
Yeah, people of the village.
People
Once
of the-
the
yeah, people of the
BNB
village.
certifies,
Exactly.
you know, from their community,
testimonials.
this person is
Exactly.
there
And-
and he is available for service.
So we wanted to take this, so that this person who is the plumber, he or she, they start getting an identity. They start feeling proud of their job. Next level, if suppose somebody prepares in Maharashtra, you got Puran Poli, right? I mean, these are very different skills. She can expand into, having 10 Puran Poli preparers. She becomes a small
Actually,
business.
you were talking about cottage industry developing a cell phone. I think it was the
Yes,
commission.
yes.
So I feel that, this Bharat Nirman volunteer will be the link.
Yes.
He will, in times to come,
Yes.
he will try to
Yes.
bring all the young people
Yes.
and those who are, housewives and
Yes.
everyone come together on a platform
Yes.
and start doing something.
This will work.
It will work. Definitely it will work.
Right now we are trying to fund this the way the Bharat Nirman worker or the person we were having in mind. How would he be paid? So we are
It's
trying.
not paid.
No,
because
first premise is Bharatman volunteer system will simply break down the minute you say this
Yes.
payment.
Money is a
It's
I
very
did not,
short.
no, see, I'm trying to say I did not know this concept, or I don't know whether, how successful it will be in the villages and small towns of India. What we had in mind was, now if you look at OLX, when I'm trying to explain the business model that we had in mind, so if you look at OLX or if you look at Quicker, these are internet passive websites. And what happens is, somebody wants to sell a car, or an auto bike, or a chair. They advertise in this. It's a free classified site, but there are premium classified ads also. So we were trying to, on the left hand side, this was a complete social aspect, including RTI. So we have given a button for RTI
Okay.
and complaints. But on the right hand side, we've got an interface where people could post their free ads. Now OLX is not famous in small towns and villages because people don't know. They think somebody in Mumbai or Hyderabad has started this. It doesn't bother me. But if a local community can sell and buy amongst each other, it will also give commerce. I mean, so that is how we wanted to fund it.
Actually, if you have the BNVs trained
Yes.
in all these applications,
Yes.
they will go
Yes.
and they will in turn explain
Yes.
and train people,
Absolutely.
and people will become tech savvy in a short while.
Yeah, people will become tech savvy anyway, and if they find this useful, it will become a Facebook in India.
Absolutely.
Because rather than becoming Facebook of India, I think what will happen is that they'll be empowering the community. It will help us organize the community also. So that's what I had in mind. I wanted to talk to you, but perhaps we could take your help. I can come down here again.
Yeah, we
I'll
have a
just
very
add
good
something
team.
to what you have said.
Yeah.
See, our Bharatman volunteers, absolutely none of the negotiable first ground principle is no payments.
Very nice. Yeah.
Right? Now, into your model, if you have to inject this, individual payments, etc. is ruled out. What we could do is leverage BNB database.
Yes.
They will access these people in their respective villages. They will maintain this because everyone is linked to 15 families.
Yes.
So through them, there can be help available. Just as they're do-gooders for their own village,
Yes.
they are available as do-gooders. Everyone accessing this website
Yes.
and getting a transaction made,
Yes.
payments made should not go to this individual account.
Yes.
It should go to the BNBs, that community of the BNBs from which they originate. If there is a way of utilizing that in this way, it goes into the kitty of the Gram Panchayat in which they are living.
I mean that, yeah.
If you start paying individual Bharatman volunteer for a service rendering payment, then he is in the business model.
Yes.
This is philanthropic, absolutely a kind of a
Volunteer.
evangelistic crusade
And there
kind of
is-
a person with the
Yeah,
philosophy
so-
to give service to people without.
It is in self-interest because
And he is
helping
young.
others is
And
also
he is young.
self-interest.
That
That
is
makes a lot of
gratification.
difference.
That's a gratification.
Yes.
So don't kill that.
We don't see. We
Our
were
premise is this. First
Correct.
premise is this.
See, go to Gram Panchayat.
Yeah.
It should go to the Gram Panchayat.
Yeah.
Through the transaction, allow this.
Yes.
Like your MNI fund.
Yes.
But not for individual person.
Yes. I mean, we were struggling with the model because we wanted.
I don't think this will be a workable model
Yeah.
without killing the basic philosophy on which we have premised this model.
Yeah, that's true.
That your software should be geared something like
See,
this.
right now in the model itself, there is no money handle at all.
That's right.
So the only money that will be handled is perhaps when we go for advertisements. And if the site becomes famous, it will be self-paid.
It will sell, yeah.
Because right now, Google, if you Google has got exactly, yeah. So, but the point is to create a database. And my friend and I were scratching our heads. How do we go and if we were to convince people to for getting 25 rupees to pay 25 rupees to get that data in, how do we convince people to or convince myself? Suppose we were even ready to. I am paying money right now. But how can I keep on paying? We figured out that it will take about 4 lakh rupees to run this for one lakh population, village, town, and conglomerate. Now I can pay 4 lakhs. I can pay maybe 8 lakhs. But I can't keep on paying forever. Now, if I have to fund this somehow to make it, economically viable, even if it is an NGO, I have to make it economically viable. So I had this concept of putting in OLX kind of things, or and then getting advertisements. The next stage is even the local businesses. Suppose you go to a small town, let's say Narsapur, right? We went to Narsapur. So if I wanted to know who's providing cement in Narsapur or who's providing iron in Narsapur, there is no consolidated directory. Or so if then we wanted to go to local businesses and say, okay, we'll create your website. You pay for this. You'll have a name on the web. Okay, I don't know whether it will be important for you, but you'll have your web page. We'll give you one web page that you can, and if you want more, we can create a separate website. But that's how we are trying to fund the model.
All the data of our Bharat Airport volunteers is available in our website, the Government of India website, goaldiksha.nic.in.
Correct.
If you click on a particular village, you will get the number of BNBs in that village, name along with their phone numbers. If you click on a particular BNB, so you will get the data of that BNB, what is his education qualification, his photograph, that will be readily available.
It's everything available. All the 22 districts are documented Gram Panchayat wise.
Maharashtra can go. Even the state also can.
Your state also data will be there.